Hello and welcome to another supplementary video on the rhombus. In this video I want to talk about what happens if you are given the two diagonals and asked to find the length or the perimeter. Okay, so we have our rhombus and we're told we need to find the length given just our two diagonals, which I'm still calling P1 and P2 for perpendicular bisectors. It reminds us that it is a perpendicular bisector. Okay, well, the first thing you could do is to look at your rhombus and notice that with these two perpendicular bisectors they form a right angled triangle. I'm going to draw that right angled triangle in blue. Actually, if I can get a nice smooth light colour, I might be able to, yes, I can highlight our right angled triangle right there. Any one of those would be right angled triangles, of course. Now what you can say is that this P1, or this diagonal here, half of that diagonal forms one of the legs of our right angled triangle. Let's call it A, and let's use a colour that we can actually see. Let's say A is this length here, and that's equal to P1 over 2. And then this leg here, we can call it B, is equal to P2 over 2. But let's just use some different colour. No, I'll be happy with that. I'm not going to faff around with different colours. So this length L is simply equal to, we know from our Pythagoras' theorem that this is just the square root of a squared plus b squared. So L is basically equal to the square root. Well, actually, let's say L squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Well, a is just P1 over 2. So that's just P1 over 2 all squared plus b squared, which is P2 over 2 all squared. So if we square these brackets, the length squared is just equal to P1 squared divided by 2 squared, which is 4. And we can do that because when we multiply fractions, we just multiply the numerator and denominator. And then that's added to, and this is just P2 squared over 4. Because 2 times 2 is 4, I hope. So multiplying everything through by 4, we get 4L squared is equal to P1 squared plus P2 squared. And now we can take the square root of both sides. Well, the square root of 4L squared is just 2L. And that's just equal to the square root of P1 squared plus P2 squared. And lastly, dividing everything by 2, L is equal to the square root of P1 squared plus p2 squared all over 2. And now we have our length. So now that we know our length, if we wanted our perimeter, the perimeter is just 4 times the length, because all the lengths are exactly the same in a rhombus. So the perimeter then is just equal to 4 times L, well, I'm going to say is equal to 4L, which is also equal to, now if we multiply all this by 4, we're dividing by 2 and multiplying by 4, so that's just 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that's just 2 times the square root of p1 squared plus p2 squared. And it's as simple as that. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'd like to wish you all the best with your exams and your revision if you're taking them this year. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you